certainly seeing a lot of ads, but never the mention of school vouchers.
And that is very intentional. School vouchers are a hotly debated issue, which means that these well-funded special interests who want to give tax dollars to private schools are looking for other ways to help elect their candidates.
With Joe Biden destroying our country.
If you've watched TV in the past few weeks.
But Tom Stinnett and Nick Bright have their own plan. Let woke liberals hijack our kids' schools.
You know somebody's spending a lot of money.
Murderers and rapists should be in prison.
Trying to put politicians into office who will vote their way.
Nice to illegals, but so wrong for Tennessee taxpayers.
I believe I compared it to selling cattle at an auction, perhaps.
Gary Humble is a veteran Republican operative. Some have even called him right-wing, who sees those ads as a stealth effort to elect lawmakers who will vote for school vouchers, sending your taxpayer dollars to private schools.
But none of the messaging talks about school choice. And so all of that in general is concerning, I think, because voters deserve to understand who and for what purposes their elections are being influenced.
Humble was among those who helped defeat Governor Bill Lee's school voucher plan back in the spring, but now
Mayberry will stop liberals from inviting lawbreakers to Tennessee.
Like in this race in Montgomery County, voucher proponents are fighting back. So far, groups pushing school vouchers have spent $4.5 million to elect their own slates of candidates. The biggest spender of that, nearly $3 million, came from the so-called School Freedom Fund. That's an arm of the out-of-state Club for Growth.
Club for Growth is supposed to be a conservative PAC, yet they are spending money in Tennessee willing to destroy some of the strongest conservatives on every issue except for this one. They want this one issue so badly.
In a statement, the head of the School Freedom Fund said school freedom is the civil rights issue of our generation, and you can no longer call yourself a conservative if you oppose it. So now one of the most conservative members of the state Senate,
taking from us, giving to them. That's liberal Frank Nicely.
Is portrayed as a liberal, and any Republican who supports traditional public schools,
both candidates are promising to side with Democrats.
Is accused of acting like a Democrat.
Now Beathard wants us to punch his ticket to Nashville, but he picked our pocket, just like Biden.
In Williamson County, Brian Beathard opposes the governor's voucher plan and has been endorsed by the county's leading elected officials. But Club for Growth,
You keep Tennessee income tax free and support our small businesses.
is backing Lee Reeves. Altogether, pro-voucher groups have spent $914,000 to try to help Reeves beat Beathard, as well as Republican Michelle Foreman, who Humble is backing.
This is something that the voters should pay close attention to. Anytime a candidate will potentially succeed in an election due to that kind of money from special interest, it should be concerning.
In a statement, Reeves said, "Throughout this campaign, I have made my position clear on a number of important issues, including school choice, which is part of the Republican Party platform. I cannot speak for the actions or intentions of any other groups." Why do you think these ads don't mention the word vouchers?
I don't think a pro-voucher message necessarily is yielding the results that they want to see. So if they want to get a candidate that's going to vote their way on vouchers, they have to figure out another issue to message in order to get the voter there.
And yet if they succeed in electing one of these candidates, they'll claim it's a vote for vouchers.
Oh, absolutely. They'll have won the day. I mean, clearly, if that candidate wins, it's all about vouchers.
Reeves will put parents in the driver's seat and fight for education freedom.
Do you think it's going to work?
I'm going to hate giving this answer, but knowing the way elections tend to go and knowing how heavily people influenced are simply by what they see, I think in a lot of cases it's going to work.
So as you saw there, if School Freedom Fund's ads support a candidate, that's most likely a vote for school vouchers. And if the ads are against the candidate, that's a good sign that the candidate is likely not on board with the idea. Unfortunately, none of the voucher proponents would go on camera to answer my questions.
Well, Phil, you know, oftentimes in these situations we hear people say, what about the teachers' unions? They have a lot of money.
Yeah, we definitely hear that. And we checked, and the Tennessee Education Association has spent just $118,000 so far, which is practically nothing next to the $4.5 million spent by the pro-voucher groups.
Wow. We know you're going to be watching to see what happens, so
It'll be interesting.
Yeah, thanks, Phil.
Thank you.